In this final stretch of sailing Mexico, we leave the bustling waters of Bahia Banderas behind and venture south along the Pacific coast. From the tranquil anchorage of Tenacatita to the vibrant town of Zihuatanejo, and finally to the wild, rugged beauty of Huatulco, this stretch of coastline is a mix of remote hideaways and lively ports. First stop, Tenacatita. It's a wide bay with a protected anchorage, snorkeling, and even a jungle river that winds its way up to a hidden beach town. I had some unexpected visitors. A local pod of dolphins came around the boat like they had an appointment. I heard the anchor chain rattle oddly, even though it was flat calm. It turns out they were just enjoying a good scratch. Who needs a reef when you got a perfectly placed anchor chain, I guess? Tenacatita is a wonderful place to spend the winter months, and it's no wonder why many cruisers spend most of the season here. But for me, I'm continuing on, off to Barra de Navidad. Nestled between a tranquil lagoon and the vast Pacific Ocean, this charming town has been a significant maritime hub for centuries. The origins of Barra de Navidad date back to the early 16th century. On December 25th, 1540, Don Antonio de Mendoza landed here during an expedition. In honor of his Christmas Day arrival, the port was named Barra de Navidad, or Christmas Sandbar. Recognizing its strategic location and natural harbor, the Spanish established a shipyard in Barra de Navidad. This shipyard became a vital center for constructing and repairing vessels destined for exploration and trade across the Pacific. Today, Barra de Navidad seamlessly blends its rich historical legacy with the vibrant culture of a coastal Mexican town. The lagoon, once bustling with shipbuilding activity, now hosts a well-protected anchorage for cruisers. In the quiet morning hours, a familiar voice crackles over the VHF. Debbie and Peter from the French bakery boat are making their rounds. Comment allez-vous?
Bonjour. I'm learning. I'm just working on my Spanish, and now I gotta learn French.
Yeah, well, I don't speak much French anyway.
Okay, well, you did that.
Fresh croissants, baguettes, and sweet pastries delivered right to the boat. It's certainly one of the highlights when you're staying inside the lagoon. Peter, originally from the Netherlands, keeps a special tradition alive, oliebollen, a Dutch treat usually reserved for New Year's Eve. They made some just for me, and let's just say I did not wait till midnight to start enjoying them. Well, nothing like starting the new year off with boat work. This is the raw water pump for the cooling system for the engine, and obviously it has a leak. So I stopped in at Manzanillo, even had a little welcoming committee. After taking a bus, a taxi, and a tuk-tuk, I was able to get the parts, the bearings, and seals that I needed in order to rebuild the pump. And I was off again. After leaving Manzanillo, I slipped back into the familiar rhythm of life under sail. There wasn't much to do but watch the water and let the miles roll under the keel. It wasn't a long passage, 200 miles or so, stopping twice along the way. But it was one of those good ones. Calm seas, steady breeze, and no surprises. And motoring too, unfortunately. Just the hum of the boat, the hiss of the hull, and that quiet joy that comes when everything's working the way it should.
Might have actually caught a fish. Reel it in. Well, that's definitely a fish. Woo-hoo. Okay then. Any idea what kind of fish that is? I have no clue.
Nestled on Mexico's Pacific coast, Zihuatanejo has long been a favorite among cruisers. Sheltered anchorage, charming town, and a laid-back vibe that keeps calling you back. Yes, that Zihuatanejo. The dream escape from Shawshank Redemption. And I get it. When you're here soaking in the sunsets and the ceviche, freedom has a whole new flavor. For many cruisers, this is as far south as they come in Mexico. It's a wonderful place, but it's not just a beach life that draws people in, it's the rhythm. Zihuatanejo's music scene is downright electric. I mean, there are street musicians that are just absolutely fabulous, and you can find good music on any night in a number of great venues. The blues music was ironically appropriate, as shortly after arriving in Zihuatanejo, my windlass packed it in. I needed to get parts, and that turned out to be quite the nightmare, and ended up having to spend 2 months in Zihuatanejo. What a horrible place to get stuck. SailFest in Zihuatanejo has been going on for, I think, more than 20 years. It's a really great chance for cruisers to get together and help out the local community and children. One of the more touching moments, a parade put on by the local school children, all smiles and hand-painted banners, just for us. Not long after, the streets erupt again, this time for Carnival. Feathers, drums, dancers, the whole town is lit up in a celebration of Mexican spirit. And through it all, I had a string of friends join me aboard Lost Pearl. It was great. It's always a pleasure to have Amy aboard. And then there's Mike. He came back again for the second time. And then Tim and Gretchen. Gretchen had a birthday, and a bunch of her friends came to enjoy the birthday. And then I met up with key lime pie. It was fabulous. Then I met Bob for the first time. Oh man, the story this guy can tell, it's fabulous. There's so many great friends that I met in Zihuatanejo. And still, now that I'm cruising much further away, I'm still meeting friends that I first met here. As if SailFest and Carnival weren't enough, March brings the magic of GuitarFest, a week where world-class musicians take over Zihuatanejo's cafes, beaches, and plazas, from fiery flamenco to soft fingerstyle.
Este castigo mejor. Buenas noches, Zihuatanejo.
And just when I thought the windless saga might keep me anchored in Zihuatanejo forever, the parts finally arrived. It took a little bit to get it all back together, but then Lost Pearl was ready to sail again.
Okay, good. Good?
Let me take a shot.
You gotta wait for the cue, Rob. When Gretchen goes like this, then I start
Ready,
talking.
cue. Okay, go.
Action.
There we go. Now you can take a drink.
You even went with the music right there.
Best fucking wine.
Saying goodbye to Zihuatanejo wasn't easy. The music, the people, the memories, it had all grown on me. But it was time to chase the horizon again. Next stop, the Golden Bays of Huatulco. Tucked between the rugged cliffs and golden coves, Huatulco felt like a reward at the end of the road. I only had a chance to dip into a few of its 9 bays, but even that was enough to feel the quiet magic of this place. Palm-lined beaches, warm water, and only a few other boats in sight. Crossing the infamous Tehuantepec is usually something you plan for, nervously. But this time, Neptune must have been feeling generous. It was calm, rather uneventful. Just the way you want it. I won't complain. Sometimes the best passages are the boring ones. Chiapas is where all the checkout formalities are done. It marked the end of my long, winding cruise through Mexico, from the deserts of the Baja to the lush southern coast. From taco stands to carnival parades, it's been 4 unforgettable chapters. The people, The anchorages, the music, the surprises. Mexico wasn't just a country I sailed through. It was a story I lived.